Okay, so you get Tony, Flavio, Jim. Say who else is on this list? Nyla, Harold, and I'm missing someone. Flavio. There he is. So
That's very kind of you.
that's 6 at-large board members, 4 executive officers. All in favor of this group of ruffians and renegades, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Get out of here. She was a good president before.
Yeah.
And it's only for a year. All right, thank you, everybody. We have our slate of, I should make an announcement about our banking situation. We got busted by the executive people at the bank, not the branch people, but their bosses said, how come we don't have an EIN number, an employee information number for the club? And I don't know what year they changed the laws, but we were told you better get one soon. They said that we worked out a date of November 15th. We don't have one by November 15th. Our bank account is closed and they'll give me a cashier's check. However, I applied for it online in early October. Didn't work, so I had to mail it into the IRS. It was slower than tar. And I presented our minutes from the last board meeting with the new signers. And I went into the branch in Pismo Beach, and the person there said, that's perfect because we can buy time with this. So it's probably going to work itself out. So
How many digits do you need?
crisis averted. All right, that triple note.
I'm sure the check's not big enough to run off with, so. Yeah. Might as well get the EIN.
It's $1,500.
Buy a
About
couple
2 tickets in Mexico.
You could live for 3 months in Mexico on $1,500.
Anybody else have any comments?
Well, I'd like to thank Alan for doing that work. I know it's hard
Yeah, that's true too.
to chase down that stuff with the IRS and whoever you had to deal with.
Yeah, let me go ahead while we're finishing up last minute, getting all of this ready and introduce our judge, Mark Velasquez, and this is his friend, Chris.
Christmas Fitzgerald.
Hello.
It's Gerald.
Just visiting. Yeah. Thank you.
Mark, why don't you
Thanks for
tell
having
us a little bit about your own background in photography and what you do, so everybody here knows.
All right. Hi, I'm Mark Velasquez. I have been a photographer for 18 years now. I currently teach at Hancock College. I'm kind of a jack of all trades. I do graphic design. I got my Bachelor of Arts from Cornish College of the Arts in Seattle, but I'm born and raised here in Santa Maria. Very kind of old-fashioned. My family owned Tom's Takeout here in Santa Maria for 40 years. Into that. And so, yeah, I've just always been creative and tried to create a fun, creative atmosphere in Santa Maria, which sometimes isn't always the easiest thing to do. So, there you go.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Gold cost? Gold cost? Oh, it's not there, but.
On hand. You need any help back there, Elaine?
So we will run through each of the pictures in a category, either color, I think we'll do color first, or black and white first.
Flavio. Flavio.
You make black and white first, huh?
Black and white first.
Black and white first?
I think that's right.
Okay. Yeah. We'll run through these first. You'll have a look at them, and and then we'll go back one at a time, let you score them and talk about the image a little bit.
Okay.
And then we will go through one more time and discuss who the maker was, and if you had any questions, they could answer at that time.
Okay.
There are 9 entries.
All right. And do I get to know who took them?
Not yet.
Not yet, no,
Not until the end.
not till the very end.
All right.
No.
Are we gonna hear the names of the?
Later.
Oh.
No. It's anonymous judging.
Oh, no, I meant the names of the word.
We put them up, that's what the name.
Okay.
This is just a run through. And what's coming up.
It's okay.
This is titled Amanda and the Woman Wearing a Hat.
Okay. Do I talk about them individually or?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So I'm not sure if it's digitally composite of the hat. I assume it is, but I like the eye contact and the facial expression of the model. In the square format, I think the composition is actually pretty interesting, straightforward, but still engaging. Do I give my scores?
Yes.
So for composition, I give it a 5. For technique, it seems pretty straightforward, so I'm actually going to lower it and give it a 4 for technique. But overall impact, I'll give it a 6.
15.
16?
15. 1-5.
6, 4, and 15.
Wanda.
Okay, so for composition, I think it's pretty perfect. It's pretty accurate. It's a straightforward portrait, the kind of portraits I teach in my class all the time. I like the cock of her head. She's got a great facial expression. Seems like definitely someone you want to invite over for a barbecue. Technique, the lighting seems very smooth. The eye is drawn to the face. And even the way the white shirt draws your eye, the attention to the subject's face looks great. So technique, I would give 5. The overall impact, I give it a 5. So 6.55.
16. 1-6.
Oceana Dune.
All right, so composition, I think it's really great. I love the horizon line being to the top of the frame. Technique, I give a 5. Composition, I give a 7. Technique, I give it a 5. And overall impact, I give it a 6. I find it strong.
18, 1-8.
Octopus,
What's it called?
octopus,
Oh, octopus. All right. So for composition, I think it's really striking. I like the way it fills the frame really well. It's a non-traditional composition. It's very abstract and weird, but in a good way. Technique, I give it a 4. I would like it to be a little darker in the frame, or the edges to be a little more vignetted in some kind, so the trunk could pop out a little more. But the overall impact, I give a 6.
So what's the score?
646.
646,
16, 1-6.
Do we do a first, second, third place, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
At the end.
at the end.
Yeah,
They can have the same score.
If there is something
Yeah,
tied,
Yeah,
push
composition.
me.
This is performer holding a mirror.
For composition, I give it a 5. For technique, I give it a 5. And overall impact, I give it a 5.
15, 1-5.
This is a cool box. Who made the box?
Years
Nobody
ago.
knows. Very old.
It's got new lights.
And is the medium a gum Arabic print or Van Dyke print? Okay.
We'll discuss, all that after the judging.
Okay. Composition, I give it a 5. Technique, I give it a 6. And overall impact, I give it a 6.
17, 1-7.
Ghost of Driftwood Beach.
For composition, I give it a 6. I think it's very strong compositionally. Technique, I give it a 5. And overall impact, I give it a 5.
16, 1-6.
Amanda, number 10.
For composition, I find it non-traditional, but in an interesting way. Give it a 6. Technique, I give it a 6. And impact, I give it a 7.
19, 1-9.
After the gold rush.
Sorry, one more time?
The gold rush.
So for composition, I give it a 7. Technique, I give it a 5. And overall impact, I give it a 6.
18, 1-8.
Okay,
I think we have a tie.
we have a tie between number 9 and number 2 and number 3. And between these two, we will pick a second place and a third place.
2 and 3 and
3 and 9,
2, 3, 9.
not 2,
Okay.
just 3,
3 and 9. Yes.
3 and 9. And we're gonna pick a second and a third from those two.
So for first place?
Second.
Oh, second and third? Second for the sand dunes and third for the chair.
So second number 3, third place number 9.
Okay. We're good to go. Amanda and the Women Wearing a Hat by Jim McGinnis. Wanda by Tony Martindale. Oceano Dune in our second place by Gregory Dagna.
I found Greg.
Octopus by Cheryl Decker.
I did like that.
Performer Holding Mirror by Jim McInnes. Catherine by Tony Martindale.
Yeah, it's Van Dyke.
Ghost of Driftwood Beach by Gregory Dagna.
I like it, right?
Close.
I had fun making that.
Yeah, yeah.
See that ghost when you went there.
Amanda, number 10, our first place by Jim McInnes. After the Gold Rush, third place by Ed E. Powell.
That was pretty magical.
It's probably in some other state or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some altered state, no doubt.
While we're taking a break between images, there's water up here and some, facts if you're, take a couple minutes if you're interested in.
Stop recording. No, sorry, turn it off.
We need to start a kitty.
Intention is and what they wanted and what they meant by it. And also it's hard to judge someone's work by one image.
Yes.
Because I'm a huge fan of seeing a body of work. Yeah, and so seeing just one image from someone, like I have a lot of one-offs that no one would ever assume what else I do.
Yeah.
And so different. And so I'm always, that's why like I'm more of a Leonardo da Vinci guy than a Michelangelo guy. I don't like masterpieces. I like to see a large body of years of work and see the thread that runs through it all.
Like
But,
I was a member of the Royal Photographic Society, and I got my licentiate, and you have to put up a panel.
Yeah. And so I like that. So judging just one piece is really hard because maybe no one's ever shot the dunes before, and that's their one shot of the dunes versus someone who only shoots landscapes.
Yeah.
And so it's a tough call. It's always a tough call. I always feel like I'm just being a jerk, but
No.
yeah,
I don't think
it's
so.
all we can do.
It's a very subjective process.
Absolutely. I'm utterly biased.
Aren't we all?
Yes.
So now,
Oops, it's falling apart.
now we are speaking about color green. And there are 11 entries.
11, okay.
We're not working you too hard today.
Not at all.
And we make the same process, so I show you the first time, and then we go one by one.
Mm. Oh dear. Mhm. Oh, venison on the hook. Definitely. Andy. I used to like venison. I haven't had it for years, but.
Oh dear.
Yeah, oh dear, oh dear. It's fine. Yeah, crush that yolk.
Yeah, there are 12. No.
There's one more.
This-
Oh. Demise of the estro.
Composition, I give it 6. Technique, I give it a 6, and overall impact, I give it a 7.
19, 19.
Cathedral Croatian.
Composition is very nice. Being raised a Catholic, I'm a sucker for symmetry. So composition, I give it a 7. Technique, I give it a 6. And impact, I give it a 6.
19, 19.
In a peaceful meadow.
Shooting nature is always hard. The hardest part is just waiting for that perfect moment. Composition, I give it a 6. Technique, I give it a 5. But overall impact, I give it a 5.
16, 1-6.
Union soldiers.
I like to focus the depth of field on the muskets. Um, Composition, I give it a 6. Technique, the uniforms, I struggle with this digitally also, the darkness of the blue. You lose a little detail sometimes in the shadows. And so in RAW, you sometimes have to pull them out. So technique, I give it a 5. And overall impact, I give it a 5.
16, 1-6.
Waiting for the sun at Monterey.
So compositionally, I give it a 6. I think it's strong. I love the symmetry. I love the straight lines. Technique, I give it a 5. Overall impact, I give it a 4.
15, 1-5.
Fly, butterfly.
Again, it's very hard to shoot these kinds of things. This is why I don't shoot a lot of insects and small things that are moving. Composition, I give it a 5. Technique, I give it a 5. Overall impact, I give it a 5.
15, 1-5.
St. Lawrence Church.
Where is that church? I just,
Yeah, Croatia. 8.
oh, so composition again. I teach this a lot: frames within frames and lines within lines. I think it's really strong. I give the composition a 7. Technique, shooting at night and being able to capture both the ambient light and the white projected light on there. Technique is challenging. I'll give it a 6. And the overall impact, I give it a 6.
19, 1-9.
Lake Medora.
Composition, it's pretty straightforward. I give it a 4. Technique, I give it a 5. And the overall impact, I'd like a little more drama to it, maybe a vignetting of the edges or something to draw the eye a little more. So overall impact, I give a 5.
14, 1-4.
Goblets in the sun.
Compositionally, I think it's very strong, and striking, I give it a 7. Technique, I give it a 5. But for the color and contrast, I give it the impact overall 6.
18, 1-8.
Pelicans at the estuary.
Composition, I give it a 6. Technique, it just looks a little muddy and flat. I need more contrast to it. So I give it a 5. And the overall impact, I give a 4.
15, 1-5.
Lazy day at the beach.
So composition, I give it a 5. For technique, I give it a 6. Overall impact, I give a 5.
16, 1-6.
Last one.
Fast.
Last one, sunrise at Merced National Wildlife Refuge.
So composition, I give it a 5. Technique, I give it a 6. The overall impact, I give a 6.
17, 1-7.
I know we got some ties in there.
Yes,
3 in there.
we would need to break the tie between number 1, number 2, and number 7.
So just pick first, second, third?
We need to pick a first, second, and third out of these 3.
Okay. I still think the boat is number 1. I think the one you're holding is second.
The,
Number 7. So,
So 172.
1, 7, and 2. Yes, this is it.
that's,
Were there 12 images?
Yes.
11. I
there
thought you.
were,
Or no, there were
there
12.
was no other time, so
That's right.
we didn't have to break the tie.
That was a tough one. Those were really good.
We try to make it tougher for judges.
Yeah. I was having to get nitpicky towards the end there. That was tough. Because this is what I was talking about, where the composition is very similar to a lot of the images that were shown, but with the darkness of the image here and the gradation of the sky, just your eye is drawn to the boat. I just think it's a good image. It's a very good image.
The title again is Demise of the Estro. It is our first place winner by Gregory Daphne.
Did you put the flag up there?
No, but it's been replaced several times.
Yeah?
At low tide, they go out there and hang a new one over.
But he did walk down to the beach, which was challenging,
Treacherous.
Yeah.
very challenging. This is Cathedral Croatian by Cheryl Decker, and third place.
Stunning image.
In a Peaceful Meadow by Kevin Miller. Union Soldiers by Tony Martindale.
That was shot on film as well.
No, well,
Waiting for the Sun at Mono Lake by Ed E. Powell. My Butterfly by Jeannie Bart.
Did you pin that up, Jeannie? I want to know how the heck you got that image.
Oh, I got a really fast camera.
I guess.
Thing, I think I got that one at the Santa Barbara Natural History Museum and their butterflies alive. It said that, so there's a lot of flying around. A lot of opportunities.
Captive audience.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
great.
Very challenging.
St. Lawrence Church by Cheryl Decker, and our second place.
Inside is the cathedral. The photo that was before, the cathedral, is inside of this or not? No, it's another church.
Different churches. That picture was taken with the iPhone 14.
Whoa, wow.
Jeez. What good are we then? Man, oh man.
Lake Glendora by Kevin Miller.
It's peaceful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just hated that it was overcast, so I couldn't get a nice sunset.
I like it.
Yeah, it's still good, but I wanted the sunset.
Right. Goblets in the Sun, our honorable mention by Ed E. Powell.
Yeah. That's a really striking image. It's really good.
Pardon?
That's a really striking image.
Yeah, I wish he was here to razz him about it.
Pelicans at the Estuary by Jeannie Park.
Do you see any white pelicans over there? Are they all
Yeah,
there?
we had some white
There's some
pelicans,
little
not as
pelicans?
many.
Very few, but they're there.
Yeah.
Lazy Day at the Beach by Kevin Miller.
Very nice development.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Very nice.
It's actually a HDR.
Mm.
Is that metallic paper?
Sunrise at Merced
It's just
National
a shame
Wildlife
when it
Refuge,
That's gonna be
Jeannie
awesome.
Park.
It's a nice image too.
It's all very good.
All right.